evening, folks, or good morning or afternoon. It's evening for me right now. Welcome to class. Thank you so much for doing your practice. Start off in a child's pose, please. And if this doesn't work for you, you can also choose to lay on your back with your arms by your sides. For child's pose, place your knees on your mat, and the forehead comes down. Arms can be out in front of you, palms face down, or back behind you, palms face up. But if you choose arms out in front of you, then prioritize the forearms on the mat. So you want to bend your elbows so that your forearms can just rest gently. You can keep your knees apart like I am, or you can bring them together, your choice. For some people, their hips will sink all the way and touch the heels. For some people that won't happen, but regardless, keep your forehead on the mat. And whenever you're ready to close your eyes, if you like, you can massage your forehead a little bit on the mat. Just take a moment, arrive here. Whenever you're ready to gently exhale the air out. Inhale through the nose. And when you can't take in any more air, take a nice slow sigh like If you ever feel like you need a break, you're welcome to take this pose. You can pause the video if you like, or you can choose to lie on your back with your arms by your side. It's your choice. Inhale, press one palm into your mat, then the other. Push yourself up on all fours so that you're in tabletop position. And step your knees in or out. So you want to think knees, or hips rather, in line with the knees. Hands about shoulder width distance apart, and spread your fingertips out nice and wide. Then on an inhale, push your mat away, look up to the ceiling, let your belly drop down, lift your hips up so you have a big arch in your back, cow pose. Exhale, tuck your chin in, round your spine for cat. On your own time, take some more cat-cow tilts. On an inhale, come back to your tabletop position. Exhale to tuck your toes in, then lift your hips up high for an upside down V shape, downward facing dog. And take a moment to bend and straighten each knee. It's like each knee. It's almost like you're trying to pedal a bicycle. Then when you're ready to, find a place of stillness. Take a deep bend in your knees. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. And from here, start to try to straighten your legs as best as you can. Maybe one day your heels will touch the mat, maybe not. It's okay if knees are slightly bent, but try to work in the direction of getting the legs straight. Then look up at your hands. Want your hands about shoulder width distance apart. It's okay if it's just a guess. Spread your fingertips wide so that the weight is even in your hands. Then let your head be nice and loose. And try to push your mat away. This will help to kind of lengthen your spine. Then when you're ready to, bend your knees and slowly walk your feet all the way up to meet your hands. Exhale to hang heavy over your legs. If you'd like to, you can bend your knees and kind of create a shelf for your belly, or you can try to keep the legs straight, your choice. But rock your weight forward into the balls of your feet, but keep the heels on the mat. You can, for most people, try to keep your feet hips width distance apart. That's generally going to be 2 fists nice and snug between the inner arches. So you can take 2 fists together like this and plant them in between your feet. And then you can walk your feet in or out so that your feet hug your fists. Arms can be anywhere that's comfortable. Maybe your arms hang loose like this, or you can reach behind your legs and reach for opposite elbows, or interlace your fingers at the nape of your neck. Some people also like to grab opposite elbows and space side to side. It's your choice. You can experiment a little with what works best for you. And the first forward fold. Then on an inhale, place your palms on either the shins or the thighs, anywhere but the knees. Keep the weight slightly forward, suck your belly up and in, and then bring your shoulders away from your ears. It helps if you try to squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Keep the gaze directly down for a half lift. Then exhale, release into forward fold. From forward fold, take a slight bend in your knees. On an inhale, as slow as you possibly can, roll all the way up to standing with your arms by your sides. Then once you're all the way up, if you need to, you can fix your clothing. And then once that's done, inhale, shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, bring your shoulders down your back. Keep your shoulders where they are. Then on an inhale, move only your arms so that your arms frame your face, palms face one another. Spread your fingertips wide for mountain pose. Suck your belly up and in, and you can close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open and keep a soft gaze at something still. I like to imagine that I'm a tree in this pose. Then on an inhale, open the eyes, start to look up to the ceiling, reach up, maybe you take a back bend. Exhale to slowly release into a forward fold. And when you're ready to inhale, slowly rise back up in the mountain pose. Take an exhale to arrive. Inhale to look up, reach up, take a slight back bend. And then exhale for forward fold. One more time. Inhale, slowly rise up, mountain pose. Exhale when you arrive. Then inhale, look up, reach up, take the back bend. Exhale, release into forward fold. From your forward fold, plant your palms and step your feet back to an upward push-up plank position. If you need to, you will have the option to lower down to your knees like this. If you choose to do this, try to lift your feet up if you can. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do the flow. So for plank pose, try to feel for your hips being parallel to the mat. Keep the hands, keep the shoulders in line with the wrists if possible, and spread your fingertips out wide. Inhale to push your mat away. Exhale, lower just halfway, tuck the elbows in so you make a shelf for your ribs. Then untuck the toes. Inhale to straighten the elbows. Gaze gaze forward. For this one, you want to keep your thighs lifted, so it's like this instead of like this. For upward facing dog. And then exhale, hips up high, down dog. And then the other option for the flow is inhale forward to an upward push-up plank position. Same option to take your knees if you need to. Then exhale to slowly lower all the way down. Untuck your toes so the tops of your feet are on the mat. Squeeze your legs together. You want to keep your hands under the shoulder blades. Chin on the mat. Inhale up for cobra pose. Keep the gaze forward. And then exhale, come into down dog. Whichever version of the flow works best for you, feel free to take that option. Then once you're in a down dog, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. Gentle sigh. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, bring your knee in towards your nose and silently step your foot between your hands. Place your back heel on your mat at roughly a 45-degree angle. Then you can walk your right knee forward or backwards, as you want the right knee roughly in line with the right ankle. And tent up onto your fingertips and move the right hip back, left hip forward. Then on an inhale, slowly rise up for a warrior one. It's just like mountain pose from the waist up. Squeeze your back leg, suck the belly up and in, and keep the gaze forward at something still. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes, but for some people this will be a bit of a balance challenge. Your choice. Then inhale, look up at the ceiling, maybe reach up and go for a back bend. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat, step your foot back and take yourself through whichever version of the flow works for you. From down dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee towards the nose, silently step your foot between your hands. Back heel down. Adjust your left foot if you need to. Then tent up onto the fingertips. This time it's left hip back, right hip forward. So it's very subtle, but it makes a difference. Then inhale to slowly rise up into warrior one, left side. Same option, you can gaze at something still or close the eyes for a balance challenge. Then when you're ready, inhale, look up, reach up, take a back bend. Exhale, release your hands to the mat, step your foot back, and take yourself through a flow. Then once you're in a down dog, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. And then sigh. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, knee towards the nose, silently step your foot between your hands. Back heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale to peel open for warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. The back foot should be at a 90-degree angle, so there's a straight line from pinky down to heel. And then take a nice, big, wide stance. Allow yourself some space to sink into that lunge. Squeeze your back leg strong, and if you like, you can glance over the left shoulder, back over the right. You want to feel for two arms at one line. It's okay if it's not perfect. If you like, you can keep your arms still, or you can rotate your wrists, or you can flex your hands in towards your face, or make the opposite motion. But really let yourself sink into the pose. Then on an exhale, release your hands to the mat, step your foot back, and take yourself through a flow. Once you're in down dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose, silently step your foot between your hands. Back heel down, inhale to rise up for warrior one. Exhale, peel open for warrior two, left arm forward, right arm back. Make sure the back foot's at a 90-degree angle. Then take a nice big wide stance. Let yourself really sink into that lunge. If you like, you can glance over the right shoulder and back over the left. Same option with the wrists applies for this one. Maybe add some rotations in, or flex your hands. Try to reach your arms nice and far apart. And then exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Step your foot back and take yourself through a flow. Once you're in down dog, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. And then a gentle sigh. On an inhale, bend your knees and slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands. Exhale, hang heavy and forward fold. Inhale up for a half lift. And then exhale, forward fold. And from your forward fold, and an inhale, sit your hips down nice and low. Bring the arms out in front of you, palms face down for chair pose. Check to make sure that your feet are hips width distance apart. For most people, again, that's 2 fists snug between the feet. And if you like, this can be a low chair or not, but suck your belly up and in and bring the upper body back for most people. If you need to, you can tilt your pelvis down a little bit more, and sometimes it helps to shift the knees back a little bit if there's too much pressure on them. Although for most people need their weight forward a little more. Keep the eyes closed or open, your choice. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, release into forward fold. One more time, inhale, hips low, arms out in front of you, palms face down, second set chair pose. If you like, you can go to where you left off in the first set, maybe not as far, or maybe you like to challenge yourself, go a little bit deeper. But keep the belly sucked up and in. This will help to protect your low back. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, release. Plant your palms, step your feet back, take yourself through a flow. Once you're in down dog, exhale the air out. Inhale through the nose. And then a gentle sigh. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, knee in towards your nose, silently step the foot between your hands. Back heel down. Inhale, slowly rise up for warrior one. Exhale, peel open for warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Gaze over your right shoulder, and you're going to flip your right palm up to the ceiling. On an inhale, lean forward. Then exhale, left hand comes to the left thigh, right arm comes up by the ear. If you need to, you can keep your gaze off to the right, or you can gaze in front of you. But if your neck's allowing, you have the option to look up towards your top hand. Think warrior two from the waist down, so try to keep a nice low lunge. It helps to widen the stance. And if you like to, you can keep your hand here,
Or if you can do this with your palm face down, you can wrap your arm behind your back and then place your hand on top of your thigh. It's okay if your fingertips just barely graze it. Then on an inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Take yourself through a flow. And once you're in down dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee in towards nose, silently step the foot between the hands. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale to peel open, warrior two, left arm forward, right arm back. Gaze over the left shoulder. Flip your left hand up. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, right hand comes to the right thigh. Left arm comes up by the ears. Gaze can be anywhere that's comfortable for you. Same option, you can wrap your arm behind your back and place your palm face down on your thigh. Inhale to reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Step your foot back and take yourself through a flow. Once you're in down dog, wherever you're at with the breath, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. Then gentle sigh. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose, silently step the foot between your hands. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, peel open, warrior two, right arm forward, left arm back. Gaze over the right shoulder. On an inhale, start to lean forward. Then exhale, place your right hand on the inside of the right foot. So it's your right hand will be next to your right big toe. Left arm up to the ceiling. If you're next allowing, you can look up towards your left hand, or you can keep your gaze off to the side, whichever works best for you. And bring the top arm back and forward for most people. This will help keep the two arms in one line. Then reach up as high as you possibly can to the ceiling. On an exhale, bring the left arm to frame your face, palm face down. Keep the gaze to the left and start to reach as far as you can. Then on an inhale, bring both arms up by your ears, palms face one another. For most people, bring your top shoulder back, bottom shoulder forward, and reach. Then on an exhale, release your hands down to frame your foot. Step your right foot to the right a few inches, and then step the back foot in if you need to. Then on an inhale, keep your left hand next to your right big toe, right arm up to the ceiling. And if you're next allowing, you can look up towards your right hand. If not, just look off to the right. For most people, bring the right hand back and then closer to your head. On an inhale, reach up. Exhale, release both hands to the inside of your right foot. So both hands are next to that big toe. And then toe heel, if you need to, the foot out to the right. You can adjust your stance as needed. And take your right arm, press your shoulder against the inside of the right knee. And you're going to thread your right arm through the right leg. If you need to stay here, you have that option. Or you can take your left hand and just interlace your fingers. Let your head be nice and heavy. Keep a nice rounded spine, just like that cat pose. And then exhale, unravel. Inhale, left arm comes back up. Exhale, this time drop your top arm down your back and try to reach for that right thigh. Stay here if you'd like, or you can press your right shoulder to the inside of the right knee and start to thread your right arm through that right leg. You can reach for clothing or for fingertips. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale to twist up to the ceiling. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Step your foot back. Take yourself through a flow. Once you're in down dog, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. Then sigh. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring the knee in towards your nose. Silently step your foot between your hands. Inhale up, warrior one, left side. And then exhale to peel open for warrior two. Left arm forward this time, right arm back. Gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up this time. If your neck's allowing, you can gaze up at your right hand. But for most people, remember to bring that right hand back and then towards your head more. On an inhale, reach up as high as you can. Exhale, bring the right arm to frame your face. Inhale to reach. Exhale, both hands come up to frame your face. For most people, again, it's top shoulder back, bottom shoulder forward. Keep the gaze off to the right. On an inhale, reach forward, or to the side, my apologies. So it's gaze in front of you. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale. Release your hands down to frame your foot. You can step your foot out to the left if you need to. Maybe step your foot in more. Then on an inhale, keep the right hand down, left arm up to the ceiling. If your neck's allowing, you can look up towards your top hand. Bring the left hand back and closer to your head. And then when you're ready, exhale, release both hands to the inside of the left foot so that both hands are next to that left big toe. Then press your left shoulder against the inside of the left knee. And then from here, thread your left arm through the left leg. Grab onto your ankle. If you'd like to, you can just take your right hand and then interlace your fingers. Let your head be nice and heavy. Round spine, just like cat. Maybe one day you'll fit your head through your knee. Or not. And then exhale, unravel. Inhale, left hand down, right arm up to the ceiling. And then when you're ready to, exhale to drop your top arm down your back and reach for the inside of your left thigh. You can stay here if you'd like, or you can thread your left arm through the left leg, just like we did on the right side, and reach for your fingertips. It's okay if you just grab onto your clothes, but whatever you do, inhale to twist up to the ceiling. Exhale, release your hands to the mat, step your foot back and take yourself through a flow. Once you're in a down dog, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. And then sigh. Bend your knees and slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands. Exhale, hang heavy here in a forward fold. Inhale up for a half lift. Palms come to either shins or thighs. And then exhale for forward fold. And from your forward fold, bring your feet all the way in together. Feel for the weight even in your feet. Then inhale to sit your hips low, upper body back, arms by your ears this time, palms face one another. Suck your belly up and in. Then press your hands together at heart center. On an inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, place your right elbow on the outside of your right knee. And before you go further, check to see that your two knees are in alignment with each other. And then press your palms together. Let yourself start to twist up to the ceiling. For most people, you're going to need to sit the hips lower. That's a pretty common thing. Then on an inhale, twist up. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, this time twist over to the right, or the left rather, excuse me. So place the right elbow outside of the left knee. Or the opposite of whatever you just did. Sit your hips lower. Inhale, twist up to the ceiling. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, keep your legs together, but come up for a mountain pose. Exhale, release into forward fold. From your forward fold, step your feet back and take yourself through a flow. Once you're in down dog, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. Gentle sigh. Inhale. Lift your right leg. Exhale. Bring your knee in towards the nose. Silently step the foot between your hands. Then lower your back leg all the way down. Untuck your toes so the top of the foot's on the mat. Some people like to double up on their mats or add a blanket. Your choice if you want to do that, or a pillow. And adjust your stance so that the right knee is in line with the right ankle. You can stay 10 up on your fingertips, or you can make fists, whatever your choice is. But if you do make fists, keep them soft. Let your head be nice and heavy. Then start to shift your weight back so that the left hip comes into alignment with the left knee. Straighten the right leg. Walk your hands back. You can keep your hands still any way that works best for you, but just walk them back a little bit. And keep the toes pointed. This is good for stretch for the tops of the feet. And then lift the sole of your right leg up and adjust your stance if needed. And flex your toes in towards your face. If you need to keep your knees slightly bent, you're welcome to do so. But keep the leg as straight as you can. And then, if you like to, you can stay here. Or exhale, release your forehead down. Let your head be heavy for half splits. If you have it in your practice, you're welcome to try a full splits. Sometimes I'm feeling it, sometimes I'm not. Today, it's not in my practice. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. And then on an inhale, slowly push yourself back up. And step your foot back so that you're back in a tabletop position. It's okay if you don't come back to this gracefully. And then whenever you're ready to exhale, hips up high for down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose. Silently step your foot between your hands. Lower your back leg all the way down and untuck the toes so the top of the foot's on the mat. Adjust your stance if you need to so that the left knee stays in alignment with the left ankle. Same options, you can double up on your mat, or if you have a blanket, you can put that under your knee, or you can use a cushion if you would like to. Some people need it, some people don't. And let your head be nice and heavy. Then whenever you're ready to, shift your hips back so that that left hip comes over, or right hip, excuse me, over that right knee. Start to straighten your left leg and walk your hands back a few inches. Point the toes. Notice if you feel any sensation on the top of the foot. Some people do and some people don't. And for me, sometimes I feel it and sometimes I don't feel it. And then when you're ready to lift the sole of your left foot and flex your toes in towards your face. You can stay here if you like to, or you can start to lower your upper body over the leg. If you'd like to, you can go for a full split or stay here. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then on an inhale, slowly start to come back up. In whichever way works best for you, come back into tabletop position. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. On your own time, take a few more rounds of cat-cow tilts. And then inhale for a tabletop position. Exhale to tuck your toes and lift your hips up high, down dog. From down dog, inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale to bring your shin behind your hands and lower your back leg down. Untuck your toes so that the top of your back foot is on the mat. If you need to, you can adjust your right foot. If you don't like half pigeon pose, you have the option to take a figure 4. So before we go further into half pigeon, I'll show you figure 4. For figure 4, you can come to lying on your back, bend the left knee, and keep the left foot on the mat. And then you're going to place the right ankle just above the left knee on your thigh and try to push that right knee back. If you need to, you can stay here, or you can interlace your fingers behind your leg. Some people need to lift their legs to do this and start to bring your legs towards your chest. Some people will also like to straighten their leg too, so you have those options for figure 4. But for half pigeon, if you choose to stay there, whenever you're ready to, lower your upper body down and find a place for your forehead to rest. Close your eyes. If you like, you can look at your third eye, the space between your eyebrows. And let gravity do the work for you. Our hips go through a lot all throughout our lives, so just notice if there's any sensations that come up for you in this pose. Wherever you're at with your breath, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. And then when you're ready to, take a gentle sigh like keep your exhales longer than your inhales. To inhale to press one hand into your mat, then the other, and push yourself back up. And on your own own time, start to come back into a downward facing dog.
Once you're in a down dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and slowly bring the shin behind the hands. Lower your back leg down and untuck your toes to the top of the foot's on the mat.
You can take figure four on this side as well if you'd like to. Tent up onto your fingertips if you'd like to. Sometimes it helps to move the left hip back a little bit and then right hip forward, just like we did in Warrior One. And then whenever you're ready to, lower your upper body all the way down. Find a place for the forehead to rest.
Wherever you're at with your breath, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. Take a gentle sigh. Take as many of those breaths as you'd like to. And notice whether or not this side feels any different for you. It's okay if it does, it's okay if it doesn't. Whenever you're ready to inhale, slowly push yourself back up. And in whatever way works best for you, come to a seated position. You can sit cross-legged, or you can sit on your heels, or you can choose to sit in a half lotus or full lotus pose. Maybe try out a few different positions. Place your hands on your thighs. They can be either palms face down or face up. I'm going to do some breath of fire work. So before you start, I'll demonstrate first. You're going to focus on the exhale. The inhale will happen automatically. And as you exhale, your belly will retract. So it's like a, and it's all done with the nose. So whenever you're ready to, you can keep your gaze forward at something still or close your eyes, but whenever you're ready to, breath of fire. Go at your own pace. Exhale your air out. Inhale slow through the nose. And then sigh. Now you can place your hands anywhere that's meaningful for you. Maybe they're on your thighs face up like mine, or palms face down,
or arms together at heart center or at your third eye. Hero's pose. Just notice how your breathing is in this pose. And then find that place of meditation where you can observe the mind. And whenever you're ready to open your eyes, and bring your legs straight out in front of you. And press the soles of your feet into your mat. Walk your feet in nice and close. And bring your arms out in front of you, palms face one another. And as slowly as you possibly can, lower your upper body all the way down. And once you're lying on your mat, walk your feet closer towards your hands. So close that you can start to actually touch the backs of your ankles. And keep your hands on your mat, palms face down. And you're going to lift just your hips so your upper body stays on the mat. So inhale, lift your hips up. Then tuck your chin in, like you're trying to look at your belly for bridge. Maybe on an inhale, squeeze your glutes and add a little more lift to the hips. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. One more time. Inhale, bridge. Lift the hips up, chuck your chin in. It helps if you squeeze your glutes. Maybe lift your hips up, hold another 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, release. If you'd like to, you can go for a third set of bridge, or you have the option to try a wheel. If you've never done wheel before, please watch me first. So for a wheel, check your feet, make sure that you can touch your the backs of your heels with your fingertips, and then take your hands, and your fingertips are going to face you. So face you like this. And then place your hands underneath your shoulders with the fingertips spread nice and wide. And then whenever you're ready to exhale, you're going to lift your hips up and then push everything away. If you need to, you can lower back down and readjust your hands like I do. But once you're ready to be in wheel, inhale to push away. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, release. Slowly lower your upper body all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Reach for opposite elbows and start to rock back and forth. Then rock so far forward that you're able to come all the way up to sitting. And legs straight out in front of you. Adjust your hips so that you're on your sits bones. You can walk your legs out a little bit, or you can take your hand and move your glutes out of the way, whichever works best for you. And bring the legs all the way in together and flex your toes in towards your face. On an inhale, arms up by the ears. Exhale, take a deep bend in the knees and slowly lower your upper body down. Grab onto your feet.
If you can't reach your feet, it's okay to grab your shins. I like to grab the outer edges of my feet. I think that works a little bit better, but your choice. And then let your belly press up against your thighs. Head heavy. You can stay here if you like, but only if you can keep your belly on your thighs. From here, start to straighten your legs. If your legs are straight and you want a little bit more, you can try to interlace your fingers if you'd like. And then if you want even more, bend your elbows to the sides and start to pull your upper body forward more. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, release. Slowly come all the way back up. And then whenever you're ready to, press the soles of your feet into your mat. Arms out in front of you, palms face one another. Slowly lower your upper body all the way down. And then hug your knees into your chest. Reach for opposite elbows. You can rock side to side if you'd like to. And then let your left hand either come out to the left or towards your left ear. And then let the knees just fall out to the right. You can keep your hand anywhere that's comfortable for you. If you'd like to, you can keep both knees bent, or you can straighten your bottom leg, your choice. Gaze can be up, or it can be over the left shoulder, your choice. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, knees back to chest. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe try to grab onto the other elbow this time. So whatever your grip was before, switch it. If you'd like to, you can rock side to side or back and forth. And then allow your right hand to come up by your right ear, and the knees fall out to the left. Place the left hand anywhere that's comfortable. And the same option, you can keep the knees bent, or you can choose to straighten your bottom leg. Gaze anywhere that's comfortable for you. Take 5 breaths here. And on an inhale, hug your knees back in towards your chest. Then exhale, slowly lower your legs down. Arms by your sides, palms face up. Heels fall open apart. If you like to, you can also place one hand on your heart, the other hand on your stomach, your choice. Eyes closed for final Shavasana pose. Wherever you're at with your breath, exhale the air out. Inhale through the nose and feel your belly rise up. And when you can't take in any more air, gentle sigh. Thank you so much for doing a practice. I invite you to stay here for as long as you are able to, but I am going to end the video in just a moment. I do teach this class on a donation base, so if you're able to donate, thank you so much for that. If not, no worries. I will leave my Venmo and PayPal information in the description below, as well as in the email if you are on my email list. And please stay in your final Shavasana for as long as you possibly can. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night,
Blessed be. Namaste.